Blue Zone Homestead. Today we are potting on all the varieties of chilies, all 9 varieties of chilies for their final position. This one is the Cayenne chili pepper. It's my medicinal herb slash chili because I am doing with this one a cold and flu season remedy. So the fire water. And I've just noticed that I've already got cayenne peppers growing on. Oh wow, I'm amazed. This year I am really struggling with the aphid damage. I'm just noticing loads of green aphids now on this. But yeah, we're gonna try our best to look after all these lovely plants. So behind me on this table in the first row are all the chilies what we're going to pot on to their final position. And I'm going to use these pots here. So they are large pots, but not too large. I would say medium to large pots we are going to use today. We're gonna leave the large pots for the peppers. But today we're only going to work with the chilies. I'm gonna tell you all about the chili varieties I'm growing today, show you pictures, and yeah, I cannot wait to have these jobs done and another tick in my huge list. So if you're interested, please stay with me and let's put all these lovely chilies on. I have decided that this year I'm going to have all the chilies in a small greenhouse. So I'm going to separate. The chili is gonna be in a small greenhouse and the peppers gonna be in a pretty greenhouse. So this was a tomato jungle not long ago. I've moved everything out. Most of the tomatoes now in a polytunnel. I've still got loads of leftover. If anybody would like who is local to me, please get in touch. I've got so much to give out. But what I'm doing now, I am just tidying up, sweeping up, getting ready all the pots and stuff what I need for today's work. We are making pickled radish next. So the ingredients are, I found this in this recipe on a web. I make slightly changes. What you can hear, by the way, the jars in a dishwasher, and I've just washed the lids. So that's done. I prepped the radishes, harvested, washed, and we're going to slice it in a minute in a food processor. But what I'm gonna use well water, any water. I'm gonna use today my raw apple cider vinegar, but you can use white vinegar, whatever you got on hand. I'm going to use, recipe says mixed peppercorn, but I haven't got, so I'm gonna use white peppercorn and mustard seed, sea salt, and recipe asks for cane sugar, but I'm going to use honey today. So I think that's it. Radish, vinegar, water, sugar, salt, mixed peppercorn, mustard seed. I'm also thinking using, the dishwasher finished, using maybe as a little experiment for one jar, ground cumin and some clove. So, right, let's slice the radishes and come back and measure out the ingredients. have sliced half of the radishes, so let's get going. I am following kind of this recipe I found. Okay, I am ready to start the pickled radish. I've got the radish ready, half of it, it's sliced. That was so quick using the blender food processor. So I am kind of following this recipe I have found. It says 4 bunches of red radishes. I'm gonna use probably 4 cups of the radishes, and to that I'm going to use, it says 1 cup of white vinegar. Because we're going to double this recipe, I'm going to use 2 cups of raw apple cider vinegar in my case. 1, 2 cups of water, and we're going to slightly heat this up until the honey and the salt dissolve. We can always make more brine if we need to, but I don't want to have too much leftovers, so that's why we're doing this way. So next is sugar. So the recipe asks for actually 2.5 tablespoons of cane sugar, but so I'm gonna put about 4-ish tablespoons of honey, because we're going to leave this in a fridge and we're gonna consume this within weeks. I'm not really bothered to be so accurate, but anyway, we still want to be kind of. So we've got the honey instead of the sugar. Asks for 1 tablespoon of sea salt. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons to our brine, and then half a teaspoon of peppercorn and mustard seed. So we need really a teaspoon because we doubled the recipe. A teaspoon? Yeah. So we've got a teaspoon of white peppercorn we're gonna use, and a teaspoon of mustard seed. And I'm going to put on medium on stove, on medium heat, and I'm going to dissolve the honey and the salt, and I'm gonna wait until the brine cools down completely before we do the next step. So while we're waiting, I'm gonna measure out the radishes. I'm gonna use packed cup. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go and get more done. We're all ready to fill the jars. So the brine, it's cooled down to room temperature and all the jars are clean. I've got all the radishes ready. Let's fill the jars. I've got clean hands and I'm going to fill the jars. I don't need to be super precise because we're not going to can this. This is not for long storage today, so this gonna go to the fridge and we consume this within a good few weeks. So just push it down a bit. I'm not sure if we're gonna have enough jars, but I think so. I think I might just guessed it right. And I'm just going to grab the funnel and pour the brine over. Push it down a little bit, not too tight. And then I'm going to then wipe the rim with some wet cloth. I think actually we have more jar, what we need. Okay, perfect. Fill this up to the top. You might need to make more brine, but that's okay. Okay, it's only made 4 jars, so we definitely need to make the same amount of the brine again. But this is now ready, and as soon this will take, it won't take long, it will turn pinky color within a few days, and we can eat it. Round 2. So this time the brine I'm going to make exactly the same, plus we're going to add a few more ingredients. So I'm going to start with 2 cups of raw apple cider vinegar. Two cups of water. Look at Lucy behind us in the igloo. Can you see it? You're all lovey. 2 cups of water. So as the recipe says again. And we've got 2 tablespoons of sea salt. We're gonna add 4 tablespoons of honey. About 2. leave that there. Now we need a teaspoon of mustard seed, teaspoon of white peppercorn, and then we're going to add half a teaspoon of cloves and a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. And we're gonna heat this up slightly until the honey and the salt dissolves again. Leave it until it cools down to room temperature, and we are going to fill the remaining jars. So 3 leftovers. Probably gonna have some leftover brine now. We'll see, because this is actually a bigger jar. And make sure, I'm gonna write on top of these what are the extra ingredients. So then when we're gonna have a taste test, we can see which one we preferred. So let's tidy up. Okay, ready for round 2. I put CC, clove and cumin on a jar, so I know which one's gonna be the different one. Let's do it. Okay, just push it down, remove the air bubbles and put the lid on. All done. I will show you in a few days how beautiful pink this water or brine will look like. But for now, I'm gonna put this in a fridge and leave it for a good few days, up to a week. But we can consume this now within a few days, would be just beautiful. So we've got 7 jars of pickled radishes. Also, we still got quite a few cups left for fresh eating radishes or for roasting. Right, let's go to the garden now and pot on the chilies. Okay, it is overcast day, it's perfect working outside. So we've got all these beautiful chilies to deal with. I've got some compost ready, the pots, the greenhouse is ready, trays are ready to go. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to bring you over here where the wheelbarrow is. I'm showing you how I plant. Let's say we start with this cayenne pepper, which is quite tall. I'm probably gonna put this in this pot. Come on, bring it. Come closer and I'll show you how I do it. So this is going from this tiny pot. Remove the label and the pot. Loosen up the soil. And I'm literally going to pour just a little bit of soil on the bottom of this pot, maybe this much, and I'm going to sit this in it. But before I do, I remove some of the leaves. like that. And we're going to fill this up. So I've placed the cayenne chili pepper in the middle of this big pot, and we just work our way around it with homemade compost until we reach the top. Not quite up to the rim, but close enough. Perfect. And our first chili, it's potted on. Okay, let's do the black Hungarian next. So I'll do exactly the same. Remove it from the small pot. Loosen up the root. Remove the lower leaves. And just sit it in this pot and fill it up. All these beautiful purple flowers, these chilies. I have grown this chili last year and I was really impressed with it. It yielded so well. It's lovely dark colored chilies. Perfect. That is pretty. Okay, let's take it to the greenhouse. I can't believe we have chilies already. So even on the black Hungarian now, we've got one, and we've got a few on a cayenne pepper. Let's do Sugar Rush Peach next. I've got more compost. Let's do the Zimbabwe black chili next. Kristian Yellow. This one is a spicy one. I grew this last year. The juice is a ton of this yellow spicy chili. It's beautiful. So if you really like spicy food, I recommend this one. Sugar Rush Red next. Oh, really root bound. Well, let's do the chocolate habanero next. This one is a new one to me this year. Jalapeno next. Sugar Rush Peach Stripey. I forgot to pot on this one the first time, so we need to separate this first. And that's it, friends. All the 9 varieties of chilies are potted on. I am doing actually from some of the varieties more than one, so I'm going to carry on to finish that off, and then I'll show you the end result. I might rewrite some of these labels because they're getting a bit pale. Okay, I have potted on all of the chilies I need for my family. I've still got so many leftovers, but I need to give away. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 chilies. That's more than enough for me. So we've got 3 of the black Hungarian, just right here. So 3 of the black Hungarian. We've got 2 of the Kristian Yellow. We've got 2 of the Kristian Yellow, 2 chocolate habanero. We've got 4 jalapeno, 2 Zimbabwe black chili, 2 Cayenne. We've got 1, 2, 3 sugar rush peach stripey, 2 sugar rush red and 2 sugar rush peach over here. So yeah, it's all done. I'm glad this job is done. It's 36 degrees Celsius in a small greenhouse right now, so it's really warm. Let's just step outside. That's better. Still warm, lovely day. So yeah, we've managed to harvest all of the radishes now from the polytunnel, so I'm clearing out those 2 beds. What's gonna be the cucurbits, cucumber, gherkin, loofah, melon, sweet potato, yeah, and a few more bits and bobs probably. And we've potted on all the chilies I need. So the next job is going to be, we're going to the garden. I need to do those last couple of beds and plant out the rest of the plants. And we are going to probably pot on peppers and doing some progress in a polytunnel, last bed of the tomatoes and what I've just mentioned. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and see you very soon. Bye friends!